Dude, Power Rangers.
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. You know, even though I watched Power Rangers as a kid, that's like one of the only things I like know of Power Rangers.
Is the theme music. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the theme music.
Really, it's something as like, you know, memorable as da dun dun da 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 dun da da. You don't even need to know the whole thing. You just say one motif and you know this is T2 or this is Power Rangers.
Right. Or Super Mario Brothers. Or... Anyway.
Wow, the trailers for this movie, I'm not gonna lie, have been bad, Tarek.
I saw one of them and I was like, it seems to focus like it wants to be a more serious, cool tone, darker tone, but then like...
Yeah, there's that, but there's also like the ridiculousness of like, you know, when they suit up and everything, it just looks like so much bloated action.
Let's say...
I'm getting a lot of Fan 4 Stick vibes from this movie. Just from
I
the
wouldn't
marketing.
go that low. Not that low.
I don't think this movie is going to be as bad as Fantastic Four by any means, but I'm saying the marketing behind Fantastic Four, like at least in my opinion, at least made me like think it's a good movie. Whereas, you know, it's the same way here. Like it looks like it's trying to make really, you know, good trailers from really shitty content, you know?
Mm-hmm. But there's only so much what you can do. Okay. I
mean, the jokes from the trailer, I mean, they make me cringe. They fucking do.
I mean, the one like pee in that cup, I laughed at
that. That one was actually kind of funny, yeah. But I mean, like, I'm just worried that's what this movie is gonna rely on. It's gonna rely on this humor that's like, oh, it has nothing to do with Power Rangers. It's just like, we need the audience to laugh so they can be tricked into being entertained, so we can force feed these fucking characters in your face so you can pay for our tickets.
Or, hey, let's just make a Power Rangers movie, and we'll include a few jokes and have them kick ass, and bam, it'll be a #1 hit in the box office.
Good luck with that against Beauty and the Beast. Logan's been out. Like,
well, Logan's been out for a while.
I mean, it's been like a few weeks.
Yeah, Logan and Get Out have been out for a while. Beauty and the Beast, yeah, it does have to compete with that.
I think Beauty and the Beast made so much money on its opening.
I haven't seen that. That was good, wasn't it? You thought?
It was
decent.
It was good.
Okay.
I mean, I had a big childhood crush on the Pink Ranger. Of course I did. You know, I mean, if I were 6 and I was able to fap, I would be fapping to the Pink Ranger. You know, because I think she or Megan Fox from the first Transformers movie was responsible for my first boner.
Wow.
That's a childhood retrospective right there, if ever there was one. Who knows? This movie could surprise the hell out of me. I really don't have much to hope for with this one, though. Like...
Well, maybe you can...
Hey, at least if this movie sucks, I'm not going to be hurt, you know, as a child. Like, oh no, you know, this has ruined Power Rangers for me. I never thought highly of Power Rangers.
I mean, it's pretty much always been kind of cheesy and
yeah,
stupid,
I mean, but it's cheesy in a good way, you know. You had, like, the super, you know, Japanese action, you know, and then these, like, American scenes, you know, spliced in there. It reminded me of, like, the action in Who Killed Captain Alex. Have you ever heard of that Ugandan movie?
Ugandan movie? No.
It was made for like a few $100s, but I mean the action is just like, you see like people, you know, like jump kicking each other and, you know, lunging at each other. It's ridiculously entertaining how like cheap ridiculous and like cheesy it is. But I mean that's always been Power Rangers, ridiculous and cheesy. So I'm worried that the serious tone of this movie is not going to work like Fantastic Four. You know, a cheesy, campy, you know, comic property.
Right. But we just got to see how it is, and
I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this plays out. Even though, if it sucks donkey dick, I'm not gonna be surprised like at all.
No, I won't either. But I'm just looking for some good, stupid entertainment fun. So
I wrote a paper last night, and I submitted it before it was due at 11 a.m. at 10:58 a.m.
Nice.
So I've got that going for me.
But I will say this, it's morphin time.
Wow. Fuck yeah, motherfucker.
So we just got back from Power Rangers, and
And you know what? This movie makes me want two things. Fucking Krispy Kreme donuts.
yeah,
I want to jack off a cow. You have no idea what we're talking about.
no, but
If you haven't seen this movie, you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But trust me, those of you that have already seen it, you're gonna... Yep.
surprisingly, this is a weird way to start, but Krispy Kreme donuts is advertised in this movie, like, but it like plays a part into the plot.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I was fucking surprised with this movie.
Yeah, like
I thought this was gonna be a gigantic shit fest.
true, like just no effort put into it, but actually there was
Like you could
actual
tell there
effort.
was actually like a level of ambition and effort put into this movie, and I kind of dug it. Like,
for a Power Rangers movie, yeah.
yeah, like, you know, I've never been a big fan of Power Rangers, but it's nice to see, you know, like characters, you know, just with any, you know, previous existence, you know, handled, you know, with care.
Yeah.
And it's, even though it's Power Rangers, I like seeing that, and it gives me hope for the future of reboots and remakes.
Or like even sequels to this movie, because I'm sure, even despite the critical reception, if it makes enough box office numbers, and I'm sure with enough people that support it and like it, they're gonna keep making more. So, and
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
if they live up to the quality, then why not?
And going back to me being surprised, the worst, or me thinking what the worst part of this movie was going to be, was actually my favorite aspect of the movie. And that was the characters.
True, they were a team.
Like,
I mean, like you kind of felt
How
it.
is this movie going to be a better Suicide Squad movie than Suicide Squad, you know? Because by the end of this movie, you're like, yeah, this is a family, you know, everyone's, you know, they're a fucking team, dude. But, and then, like, in Suicide Squad, there's a throwaway line, it's like, I'm not going to let my family die. Like, whoa, when did this happen?
True.
You actually see their growth and connection evolve through this movie, and I gotta say, it really works.
Yeah, like with the campfire scene,
Mhm.
that was actually better than the bar scene in Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
in
oh,
my
by
opinion.
far, the bar scene in Suicide Squad, it gets so much praise. I think it sucks ass, dude.
I mean, I don't want to say it sucks ass, but like it almost tried to be like the campfire scene, but just didn't
Yeah,
work
you know,
out enough.
there's just a lot of good character depth in this movie that I wouldn't have expected to see, and it's handled very well, and you really care about each character here.
Mm-hmm.
And when they come together and you really feel like, you know, they're a team, and you hear that bum bum ba dum bum bum, you're like, fuck yeah, Power Rangers.
I mean, I think that way just been me, but I mean, hey,
You know, it's a very slow paced movie, but that's not a complaint at all, because it's intentionally slow paced, and those, as you may know, are my favorite kind of movie, where we get to explore the lives of these characters and really connect with them, so that way when action does go down, we feel something for them.
because we want them to win, we want them to achieve.
My biggest complaint about Fant Four Steak, amongst everything I despise about its existence, when it came down to it, when the action started happening, you were like, I don't give a shit who makes it out of what. In this movie, yeah, you're happy to see the Power Rangers come together, you know, and become like a Megazord and beat the shit out of Goldar.
Yeah, right? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like all that build up for the final third act was great.
Yeah, it had a really good payoff. And I'm so fucking flabbergasted that I'm saying that for fucking Power Rangers.
I know, like it was a little worrying. I can see for some people that they don't become the Power Rangers until like near the end.
Yeah, and like I will say, kids might be bored out of their fucking mind with this movie.
They could be.
Yeah, is this
maybe.
PG-13?
Yeah.
Because this is like the first actual PG-13 movie I've seen in like a decade. Like the one that feels like, oh, this is meant for 13-year-olds. You know, the joke about jacking off a cow, like at the very beginning of the movie, you know.
Yeah.
What PG-13 movie nowadays has that?
I don't know.
You know, I feel like this is not really best suited for children, because I mean, I know it's going to sell a shit ton of toys and everything and merchandise, but you know, I think this is for adolescents, or you know, preteens, you know, early teenagers. I think
So
it's
like 90s kids pretty much.
yeah.
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 Then yeah, that's smart because
No, 90s kids are like 20 now.
well, around 2018-ish. So
I
unless
was
you're
thinking
oh,
low
you're thinking,
13.
like 16, 15,
Yeah,
14.
you know, that age is fine.
Okay, but I thought you meant like
I know what you meant, Terry.
90s kids or something.
I know what you meant.
Okay, but still, I think it's kind of both, honestly.
Mm-hmm. You know, each of the characters, I mean, they are bringing their all into their performances. You know, I like Jason, I like Kimberly, I liked Billy. And
Billy was, yeah.
Billy was great. I thought all the things he said in the trailers were fucking cringy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually liked, you know, the jokes he was making in his character.
True. He was a little different, but you know what? That's...
And I will say, this movie is quite funny. Like, the jokes, I wouldn't have ever expected to laugh at all.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of chuckling. I wasn't, like, laughing my ass off, but it kept me fucking entertained.
I mean, they work, so, you know, no complaints there.
Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, almost all of my complaints with this movie just are technical things. You know, there's one in particular, it's a Deus Ex Machina. I won't talk about it in this review. Maybe I'll make a separate video about it, you know, because it is a spoiler. It's a pretty big spoiler. It's an event in the movie, but there's this Deus Ex Machina, and when you really think about it, it doesn't make sense why this happens.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it really does help the narrative of the movie when they're all, you know, bonding together, and, you know, they have to connect.
Yeah.
To be able to morph and become the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Right. The villain.
Yeah, I will say about the villain, I think Rita, you know, of course, you know, that's going to be in the movie. It's a Power Rangers villain. It's got to be Rita, you know?
Yeah.
And I would have thought that being, like, so cheesy and cartoonish was the only way to make a Power Rangers movie. But when you see that, oh, these realistic characters with realistic problems
Mm-hmm.
are actually giving, like, a good representation of Power Ranger, and you see this live-action cartoon in front of you,
Yeah, like...
it doesn't work.
It feels off. Like,
It really doesn't at all. But I mean, I wasn't taken out of the movie that much.
I mean, you mostly go for the Power Rangers, so...
Yeah, you know, Rita, it's like, she kind of reminded me of the witch from Troll 2. This is my house.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
God.
You know, she's just so cheesy, but, like, it's kind of cool. Like, I really like that.
Oh, I didn't. I thought it was just too cheesy. Yeah, cheesy, but that's really the only thing I have to complain about, so...
But, I mean, some of the technical issues I have with this movie, you know, first off, let's talk about shaky cam. I mostly don't have a problem with shaky cam. You know, I like Jason Bourne movies. I'm used to that. But sometimes in this movie, it gets pretty bad.
Yeah.
It gets pretty bad, like, a few times. It's not all the time, but, you know, when it's bad, it's really bad. I don't know if it's because I was in, you know, this AMC theater, right? Yeah, I'm trying to point to awkwardly that logo. I don't know if it's because we were seeing this in a different theater than normal, or if it's because, you know, it's just the sound quality of this movie, but sometimes, like, characters will be outside, and, like, it sounds like they're talking in a big, like, theater.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really echoey, and acoustics are boomy, like they're inside of a building, and I think it's because, you know, their lines were redubbed inside. Yeah. But, I mean, I could be fucking... you know, insane, but I just think some of the times they were outside, it was on a blue screen, and they were filming it inside, and that's what's causing the echo.
Yeah.
I mean, that took me out of the movie, like, once. You know, it's just so minimalistic, you know?
Mm-hmm. Kind of few nitpicks, but, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the movie's still fucking entertaining, like...
Yeah, more than I thought, and I thought it was going to be, like, entertaining in a bad way.
Yeah.
But, like, it's actually not too bad, like...
I think this movie, like, is a better Transformers movie and a better Suicide Squad movie than both Transformers and Suicide Squad.
Dang.
Because it understands not only what, you know, live action, you know, cartoons brought to, like, fucking the big screen need to be, as well as, you know, the importance of being a team.
Mm-hmm. Of course. And that's one of the biggest things about having a team full of people. Like, what are we, some kind of Power Rangers? But, like...
Yeah. I mean, the characters are so human. You know, Jason. You know, you see, you know, his character at the very beginning of the movie, and what happens to him. You feel for the guy. You feel for him.
You do. You do.
And I mean, the characters are easily the best part of this movie. You know, most people will talk about the special effects. You know, kids will be like, "Oh, that looks cool." Sometimes the special effects look really awesome. Sometimes they look really not so awesome. The action can get a bit bloated at times, but I think it's far better looking than it was in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
In the trailer, it just looked like a gigantic CGI Ghostbusters extravaganza.
Oh yeah. Wait, what did it look like in the trailer? Like you think that the movie improved it from the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, because I don't want to spoil this video, you know, I'm going to leave it off there. You know, I know what I'm going to rate this, but any final thoughts for you, Tarek?
No, not really. I mean, if you're curious, you've probably already seen it, but if you haven't, go see it. It's
Because I know there were so many people like me that were just so on the fence about it. Like, nothing about it looked good, but we wanted to hope that it was good, and I'm glad that there was just a sliver of hope for me.
So, give it a chance, and I am going to give this movie an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Wow. I originally was going to give it an 8 out of 10, but the final act, you know, just because it is pretty cartoonish, it betrays, you know, the first 2/3 of the movie. So I'm just going to go down with the 7 out of 10. I recommend you wreck this movie out, because, you know, you switch the fucking consonants around and you get the correct terminology. I recommend you check this movie out on your own time. You know, don't rush ahead to see this in theaters by any means, but, like, you know, if it's, you know, mid-Friday and you're just looking for something to do, you'd be like, hey, maybe a Power Rangers movie might be good.
Maybe really good.
It might be really good. So with our consensus of 7.5 out of 10, this movie earns its Redbox rental. Total popcorn flick. You know, easy watching popcorn flick. There's nothing convoluted about this movie. It's great. It's fucking great, you know? Did you hear that Life is supposed to be a Venom prequel? Like,
What?
so many people are, like, theorizing that the upcoming movie Life,
with Ryan Reynolds and
yeah, it's like a prequel to Venom.
what's it even about? Like,
It's like an alien symbiote.
aliens?
But people are, like, theorizing it's, like, gonna lead up to Venom and it's, like, a Sony movie. I think it's really dumb.
Yeah,
Like, the symbiote in the trailer doesn't even look like the Binding one, you know? But the internet's a fucking miserable place.
for most people.
So thank you so much for checking this video out. I appreciate the support. You know, just reflecting on how long I've been doing this, you know, it's really put into fruition, you know, my appreciation for, you know, everything that I've been able to do. Tarek looks tired as fuck. I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm right there with him. I gotta go to work, and I won't be home until midnight to edit this video, but I'll upload it as soon as I can.
Makes you feel better. I get
So,
to go home.
yeah, let me try this annotation again. So wait, that's where I probably pointed last time. This video gets mirrored. Is it gonna be right here? I don't know. Check out Tarek
Somewhere.
Ludicrous Shows.
Yeah,
he's-
check out Ludicrous Shows.
Yeah, or it might be right there. I don't know. One of these spots, but it might be this one. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be this one. I might look like a fucking idiot. So, as always, have yourself a fantastic night. Take care. Peace.
Adios.